It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter to you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222, your emails at randywwangradio@gmail.com, and search for the KABC News Blitz wherever you get your podcasts. I have been spending this whole week broadcasting from one of my favorite places in the whole world, Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I come to Santa Fe a lot for a few reasons. One, my in-laws have a house here, so the lodging is free. That makes a big difference. But we love the weather. Even in January, it's lovely. Like, the winter is cold, but you're close to the sun because it's so high in elevation that if the sun is out, you can manage it. Now, if it was snowing constantly, I'm sure I'd have a different opinion, but it's been pretty darn pleasant this week. In the summertime, it's not going to get hotter than 90 degrees, and you can walk. I've been able to walk 10 miles a day in the summer, spring, fall, and winter. But we also like the people here. I love the walkability. It is the complete opposite of Los Angeles. But when you really think about it, why do I love Santa Fe so much? It's the food. The drink too, but the food. I love New Mexican food. There are also other incredible things here, but I love New Mexican food. I love red chili enchiladas. I love green chili stew. I love the spicy flavors. I love how savory everything is. But there are so many other things here too. There are some of the best restaurants in the world in this small little mountain town, including Izanami, which is at 10,000 Waves, the Japanese spa. It is the most extensive sake list in the United States, and it is like Japanese tapas. You know what I had the other day? I had a A5 Wagyu beef tasting where they bring out little tiny slices of A5 Wagyu beef, and they're not cooked. They give you this stone slab that's heated to 500 degrees. So you take your chopsticks and you put your tiny little slice of beef onto the stone for 3 seconds, then you flip it for 3 seconds, and then you put that in your mouth, and it might be one of the most exquisite bites you will ever have. There are some incredible eateries here, and I'm not the only one that thinks so. I was happy to find out a few weeks ago that Santa Fe, New Mexico, one of my favorite places in the whole world, was listed as the number 8 best food city in the United States in 2025 by Conde Nast Traveler. Now, you know how this works. We've talked about this before, but they do these reader awards. It's the Reader's Choice Awards. So this isn't the writers at Conde Nast Traveler. This is the people who are signed up to the website. So, you know, they can vote on whichever cities that they want. But they voted Santa Fe, New Mexico is the 8th best food city in the world. And they highlight some of the places like Saison, which is this incredible mole restaurant where you sit down. They don't even give you a menu. They give you a plate with 5 tortillas and all 5 moles, and you have to try them before they even tell you what you can buy there. You have plenty of fine dining. You also have plenty of really affordable dining, whether it's the Shed, if you can get in there. I can get in there. I got in there 4 times this week, and at the bar all 4 times. Tia Sophia's is a great affordable breakfast place. I just love it here. And in fact, I was fascinated to find out that Santa Fe also is on the World Food Cities list. The Conde Nast Traveler also did the best food cities in the world. And again, I think these are completely different vote tallies because the best food cities in the world has Santa Fe at number 2. Before we get to the U.S. cities, I do want to go through this because I am fascinated by this list that says the best food cities in the world because I have a little taste of the world now, and I have a lot of traveling I need to do. Number 10 is New York. I think, yeah, obviously, New York has incredible food. They have everything there. It's the international city. Palma is number 9, and I'm going to guess that's Mallorca. Okay, there's a lot of Spain in here. Not surprising. San Sebastian, that's in the Basque part of Spain, Yes, not surprising. Libsyn. Okay, so at some point I got to go to Portugal. Got to try that. Cape Town, South Africa. Guess I'll get some Boer Wars. I don't really know what they eat in South Africa, but I should learn. Quito in Ecuador. What do they have there? I want to find out. Empanadas, lapachangos. I've never been to South America. I'm going to have to try at some point. Let's see. Chiang Mai, which is Thailand. Well, I love Thai food. At some point, I have to go to Thailand. And maybe if I go to Chiang Mai and not Bangkok, people will think I'm actually going for the food. Number 3, I'm not surprised at all, Madrid. As someone who just spent 2 days in Madrid and can't stop thinking about how awesome that city is, yeah, Madrid is an incredible food city. Everywhere you go, there is jamón ibérico. And they give you tapas everywhere. They give you olives everywhere. And they're the best olives you've ever had. I didn't get to go, but they have the oldest restaurant in the world. Sobrino de Botín. Some point I'm going to go there. You know what I didn't have last time, but I should, is churros con chocolate. Oh, I love Madrid. Number 2, Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's pretty darn cool. But they list the number 1 food city in the world, and this is Reader's Choice, Tokyo. Yes. Everything I've heard, everyone I've ever heard that has been to Japan cannot stop raving about the food in Tokyo. I've never been there, and I probably follow 15 different influencers on social media, all about the incredible food in Japan and Tokyo, and that is on the list. You know, I don't know where I'm going to end up this year. I don't know what kind of trips we're going to have planned. But believe you me, if a points deal shows up for LAX to Tokyo or LAX to Sapporo or LAX to anywhere in Japan, I am going. I am so excited about that. But let's get to the main event here. What were the top 10 food cities as listed by the readers of Conde Nast Traveler in 2025. This list came out right at the end of December. I made sure to save it because I knew we were going to talk about this. Number 10 is San Diego. Okay. I mean, San Diego has awesome craft beer. I've had some good meals in San Diego. I couldn't really tell you what the food in San Diego is. I guess it would be, Cali-Mex, and it would be tacos. Yeah, they're saying great place for birria, ceviche, mariscos. Yes, you could probably get some really, really, really great Mexican food in San Diego. But, I do consider San Diego to be a beer capital, and beer's a food. So great, San Diego. Number 9 is New York City, obviously. You can get anything. Although the one time I went to New York City, I was really excited about not the nice restaurants. I did go to Katz's, so I had a sandwich at Katz's. I had to get as much street food as I could. I love the gyros with that whatever that barbecue sauce is. I need to have it. Didn't care for a knish, but I felt like I had to try it. But yeah, also, hangover pizza anywhere you need to go. That was pretty great. Number 8, Santa Fe, New Mexico. My favorite. I'm honestly having a hard time leaving and going back to Los Angeles tomorrow. Number 7 is Columbus, Ohio. Interesting. Also a really good beer town. But why is Columbus, Ohio on this list? Let's read what they say. Home to headline-making spots like James Beard award-nominated chef Avishar Barua's Agni, which is also one of Bon Appetit's best restaurants of 2024. They've got locally beloved restaurants like Ray Ray's Hog Pit. Columbus, Ohio has something for every palate. Well, all right. They also have a big Vietnamese scene and a big Kenyan scene. This is what's interesting, and it's kind of a beautiful thing about this country. There are pockets of immigrants in all kinds of different cities and all kinds of different states, and there is a whole food scene that is representative of those home countries. You also saw this when I was in Amsterdam. The Dutch tried to colonize Indonesia. So there's a lot of really good Indonesian food in Amsterdam. Didn't get to try any, but someday I will. Number 6 is Lexington, Kentucky. I want to go to Kentucky for bourbon, but okay. They also have good food? Tell me more. From iconic local chef We and Mikkel's restaurant family, which includes the Holly Hill Inn, Smithtown Seafood, the Grand Dam. All right, take me to Kentucky. I need to go on the Bourbon Trail, and apparently Lexington's where some good food. Okay, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with this. Number 5, San Francisco. I really, really, really want to spend more time in San Francisco. I thought once we got broadcast up in San Francisco, I would be spending more time there, but I'm sure we will soon. I love San Francisco. Tony's Pizza 1415. Oh my goodness. There are so many good restaurants. It truly is a wonderful, walkable city. Just stay out of the Tenderloin and Soma. But there is just so much good stuff there. There's so much good bread there. There's the Chinese food. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one makes sense to me. Number 4, place I definitely have to go, Chicago. And yes, probably a lot of people, as soon as they think Chicago, they think of that show, The Bear, and the Italian beef sandwich, which I do want to have one of those. But I love deep dish pizza. I love Chicago Italian beef. I love a Chicago dog. Yeah, I would like to spend some time in Chicago. How have I not done that? I definitely need to. I got to find a reason to, and I don't know what the best time of year is for Chicago, but yeah, I could do some Chicago eating. Number 3, Milwaukee. Okay, I didn't expect that one. What does it say? No longer Chicago's less popular cousin, Milwaukee has a buzzy restaurant scene that has turned the city into a dining destination in its own right. It's got a lot of Serbian, Indian, and Persian cuisine. Who knew? Also places that are inspired by Korean, Vietnamese, and Middle Eastern. So really a melting pot of all kinds of different things. Number 2, and this won't surprise you, and this is probably the highest up on my list. Like if I get the chance to travel to a city I've never been to in the United States this year, the city I want to go to, though I don't know what the right time of year is to go, is New Orleans. I really, really, really want to go to New Orleans. Every time we watch a movie that takes place in New Orleans, I'm like, that looks so fun. The food, I love Cajun food. My sister-in-law is from New Orleans, and her gumbo is something special. I have tried to recreate it. I have sat there for an hour making a roux. I love Cajun food. I love Cajun spices. I don't want to go there for Mardi Gras. I'm way too old for that. Maybe Jazz Festival, but I don't know. I don't know when the right time of year is to go to New Orleans, but I want to go, and I want to have an eating tour, and it's going to be a great time. Okay, well, we've hit some of the main cities here. I mean, you've got New York, you've got San Francisco, you've got New Orleans and Chicago and Santa Fe. What is number 1? Look, it's not like you can rig this election. I'm just very curious. And at some point, I'm going to have to be brave enough to figure out why this is. But according to the Reader's Choice Awards at Conde Nast Traveler, for the second year in a row, the best food city in America, according to the readers of this magazine, is Oakland, California. Look, I have not spent time in Oakland, so I can't tell you if the food scene is incredible or not.
I said, hell no, baby boy. Let me get up on out of here.
I do know that side of Oakland. Maybe I just have to go during the day. But let's see what it says about Oakland. What makes Oakland, in their opinion, then again, there's no wrong answer here because taste is subjective. There's no wrong neighborhood to which start exploring Oakland's staggeringly diverse food scene. In Temescal, located in the north of city, you'll find buzzy soul food spots, as well as out-of-the-box pizzas. Fruitvale, named after the fruit orchards that dominated this part of town in the mid-19th century, is packed with taco trucks that serve some of the best birria in the country. Are we still obsessed with birria? I feel like that was a fad. Look, it's good. It's just really messy. The city also has a strong tap room and wine tasting scene. Well, it's close to wine country, making it easy to plan your entire visit around eating, drinking, and some combination of the two. Well, okay. I'm going to have to try it at some point. Shangy, what do you think? Oakland is the #1 food city 2 years in a row.
That's right. I like that. That was amazing.
But we've done this before. We need to do it again. Look, this is just, and I don't know how they tabulate these votes, but they get hundreds of thousands of them, and they have to know a little about what they're talking about because Santa Fe was up there. Hell, Santa Fe was #2 on the world's list. But I want to hear from you. Maybe your city was listed. Maybe it wasn't. Not the city you live in. Maybe the city you live in. But what do you think is your favorite food city in the country? You could also say the world. Where is your favorite food city? Mine is Santa Fe, and I will never shut up about it. But I'd love to hear from you because I need to make more lists of places that I need to travel. I want to go to at least one new place every single year. And ultimately, what I love about traveling is meeting people, learning their customs, and the best way to do that is what do they eat? What do they drink? Hell, I had pickled herring in Amsterdam. I'm ready for anything. The phone lines are open right now. So I need you to call in and tell me your favorite food city. Maybe it is Oakland. Give us a call. 800-222-5222. 1-800-222-5222. By the way, are you interested why Los Angeles isn't on the list? LA has some great restaurants, but the traffic's so bad you can't get to any of them. 800-222-5222. 1-800-222-5222. Where do you think is the best food city? Maybe it's in this country. Maybe it's in another country. There's no wrong answer here. So play along. Call in right now. 800-222-5222. 1-800-222-5222. Your pick for the best food city. We'll take your calls next. 800-222-5222. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. We're taking your phone calls at 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. The readers of Conde Nast Traveler for the second year in a row have voted as the #1 food city in America, Oakland, California. I haven't eaten in Oakland, and now I feel like I need to just to figure out what everybody is talking about. But since taste is subjective, if you want to call in and nominate your favorite food city, give us a call. 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. Mine is Santa Fe. Maybe you love New Orleans. Maybe you love Las Vegas, San Francisco. Maybe it is Oakland. Give me a call, your favorite food city. 800-222-5222. Let's start with James in Chatsworth. James, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great.
Hey, yeah, man, Philly's a great food city. Nobody
Philly,
ever mentions Philly. Seriously. Excellent Italian food. Of course, excellent cheesesteaks. Street food, can't beat it. Soft pretzels. I mean, there's French restaurants, Greek restaurants, Ethiopian restaurants. It's just under the radar. Somebody's got to get on that.
Yeah, Philly needs to make this list. Okay, so if I'm going to Philly, what's the first place I'm going to?
Oh, wow. Well, I would say go to South Philly and go to Geno's for a cheesesteak, and then just walk a few blocks away, and there's a handful of Italian restaurants, Bruno's, Passyunk Avenue, but there's Italian restaurants that are basically houses that were just, the families converted them into restaurants. Excellent bakeries. I mean, you can't beat the bakeries at all. So
that all sounds incredible, James. Thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. All right, James nominates Philly as his favorite food city. What is your favorite food city? I nominate Santa Fe, New Mexico. James nominates Philly. Conde Nast Traveler says it's Oakland. What's yours? Give us a call, 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. More of your calls coming up next. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter to you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222, your emails at randywangradio@gmail.com, and search for the KABC News Blitz wherever you get your podcasts. We're taking your phone calls right now, 800-222-5222. For the second year in a row, readers of Conde Nast Traveler voted Oakland as the #1 food city in America. Taste is subjective. There's no wrong answer here. What do you want to nominate as your favorite food city? Could be nationally, could be internationally. Santa Fe made #3 on the international list and #8 on the national list, but I'm here for it. Tokyo made #1 internationally. Madrid made #3, and I can vouch for that one. But tell me your favorite food city, 800-222-5222. Let's start with Lisa in Las Palmas. Lisa, hello.
Oh, yes, it's Palma in OC. You know, I said Westminster here in California because of Little Saigon, if you like Vietnamese food. I also wanted to tangentially add that Southern California is actually the home, technically, I think, of international fusion cuisine. So you got the California roll invented here, you know, and other things too. Little Saigon has really good French Vietnamese food if you're into that. I also wanted to add, when you talked about Tokyo, I've been to Kyoto, you know, and that's like the cultural capital of Japan. So if you go to Japan, Randy, you have to try Kyoto cuisine. That is like really very good, and it's wonderful, honestly.
I have heard of the scene in Kyoto. I just couldn't think of it off the top of my head when I was talking about Japan, but I want to do a Japan food tour so badly. Westminster in Orange County. Now, I love Vietnamese food. What is your favorite place to go to in Westminster?
Here's the thing. There's so many. What I like about Little Saigon is you can go to a sit-down restaurant of various levels, you know, inexpensive. Everything's expensive now, to very expensive, but you also have little takeout delis. I'm going to mention it. Those delis are cool. You just walk in, pick what you want, and they're really not generally that expensive. Some names, they're kind of hard to, you know, say the Vietnamese pronunciation, so I'm not going to try it, but there are some takeout places there that are really worth trying if you want to get a bunch of food for like a party. You know, and you want a variety, go to those little delis. You know, they'll usually say takeout on the sign, you know, some kind of Vietnamese name. And they'll have like all kinds of basic Vietnamese dishes, but they're not super expensive. It's a little tip for your listeners, you know.
Well, I love to hear that, and I'm going to have to make sure to go to Little Saigon the next time I'm in Orange County and check out in Westminster. I love Vietnamese food. Thank you so much for the call. Appreciate it. You know, I have cousins. They went to Vietnam on just an eating tour, and, you know, culturally saw a lot of stuff too. But, yeah, that one's on the list. And, yeah, Kyoto in Japan, have to go. I mean, ultimately, I will fly into wherever the best deal is and then just get around locally in Japan. I'd love to see Tokyo, and I've heard you can get around Tokyo pretty well, not knowing the language, but I'll also, if I plan the trip, I'll fire up the Duolingo and try to figure out as basic as I can to learn just some simple phrases. Ever since I went to Spain, I've been Duolingoing with my wife every single day to brush up on the Spanish because, I want to know that language because I want to talk to those people because I love the Spanish. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number. Your favorite food city. Let's go to Tom in Santa Monica. Tom, hello.
Yes, Randy. I grew up in Baltimore, and it's like Oakland. You just got to watch your back. But other than that, the crab cakes and to sit down with some friends or people and have some steamed crabs, they're smaller. It's called the blue crab that they steam, is just, I don't know, it's very special. Every time I go to a restaurant, they say we have Maryland crab cakes, and I say I grew up in Baltimore, their eyeballs go back and go, oh, well, they're pretty good.
Well, that sounds pretty great.
You know,
I don't know if I'm going to be getting to Baltimore anytime soon, but I have heard about the crab scene there, whether it's blue crab, soft shell crab, crab cakes. I do love me some good crab.
And they have crab chowder. They have the Manhattan or the Baltimore, I guess, the red and the white. The crab chowder is to die for. It's delicious.
All right, so I'm at some point going to have to check out Baltimore and get me on the crab scene. Thank you so much for the call, Tom. Appreciate it. You know how if you go to certain cities where like they were made famous by a television show, you can kind of do like a tour, like in Albuquerque, you can do like, it's not official, but you can do a tour. Someone will show you all the places you can go to, even the ones they don't want you to go to, and see where all the spots were filmed in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and the new show Plurbius. How cool is that? In Baltimore, do they have that for The Wire? Probably not. But I have heard great things about Baltimore's food scene. So at some point I have to try me some Baltimore. Mark in Fullerton. Mark, hello.
How you doing? Hey, one of my favorite things to do is to go fishing in Baja. And inevitably we stop in Ensenada. The seafood is just outstanding. And they have some really great taquerias down there too. So hard to beat.
Ensenada. I have not spent enough time in Mexico, but Ensenada doesn't seem like it's that far to get to. It's just a couple hours, right?
Yeah, it's just an hour. It's 70 miles below the border. So, and they've got a real nice toll road, so you get down there easy without any problems. It's the seafood. Used to be able to get abalone. The first time I went there, I got an abalone dinner. It was 3 abalone steaks, salad, beans, and rice for $1.25. So that was a while ago.
Yeah, that's some pretty darn good pricing. All right, Ensenada, I'm adding it to the list. Thank you so much for the call, Mark. Appreciate it. I love Mexican food. I mean, I love New Mexican food. I love Tex-Mex. I love Cali-Mex, and I love CDMX. Yeah, I'm going to have to try me some coastal Mexican food. Ensenada, I could definitely see going to. You know where I really want to go to? I want to go to Puerto Vallarta because I want to go to Jalisco and I want to go to tequila country. I really, really, really want to try tequila country. It is my favorite spirit. There is a huge tequila scene in New Mexico, especially in Santa Fe. I will be going to my favorite tequila bar as soon as I sign off the air in 17 minutes. But at some point, I got to go to the motherland. I got to go to Jalisco. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number. 1-800-222-5222. Conde Nast Traveler Readers voted Oakland is the best food city in the U.S. for the second year in a row. What is your favorite food city? There's no wrong answer here. Taste is subjective. Mine is Santa Fe. What's yours? 800-222-5222. 1-800-222-5222. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. Now, Oakland was listed as the number 1 food city. Santa Fe was listed as number 8. They actually have a top 15, so let's see some of the runner-ups here. Number 11 was Seattle. Obviously, very, 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 very fresh fish. Sounds good to me. Number 12, Boston for clam chowder. I didn't know Boston was a food city, but okay. I don't know if I'll ever be going to Boston, but sure. Okay, 13 is Honolulu, and I'm sure all of Hawaii can be counted for that because I love poke. I love the island of Maui. I have been on Big Island. I have not been on Oahu, but I really, really, really love me some Hawaiian food. Obviously, the freshest fish, the poke. Oh, the Mai Tais. I know that's a drink, but got a monkey pod. That's a really good time. Even like myself, some Loco Moco. Yeah. Honolulu, that works. That tracks. Number 14, Vegas. I mean, Vegas has everything you could possibly ever want. Every variety of food, every possible price level of food. You can have a $30 hamburger or you can have a White Castle burger. I think that's the furthest they go on the West Coast. And number 15, Charleston. South Carolina. Very interesting. Actually met a couple from South Carolina yesterday who are here for their first trip just because they wanted to go and they wanted to see what it was like. When we come back, I'm going to tell you just a couple of reasons why I think, for me at least, Santa Fe is the number one food city in America. Hell, the readers of Conde Nast Traveler voted it the number 2 world food city. I'll tell you some of my favorite things to nosh on here. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC to celebrate Santa Fe, New Mexico being listed as the number 2 food city in the world and the number 8 food city in the U.S. I don't know how they tally this, but let me just share with you some of the reasons that I come here so often. The enchiladas are probably the first thing that I would think of. Literally, as soon as we get into town, the first thing you do is drop your bags and you get to the shed. You find a way into the shed. If you're in a small group, you'll find a way to get seated. Don't be intimidated. It gets busy, but that's because it's very, very, very good. But their red chili cheese enchiladas, perfect. You can go Christmas, but there's just something about the caramelization when you go all red. You can also, instead of cheese, you can add it with beef, and they have really great ground beef or great turkey sausage. But there's nothing like just cheese enchiladas, cheese, white onion, corn tortilla, and that red chili sauce. Oh, it's incredible. For breakfast, there's this just amazing place that my wife's family have been going to for years and years and years, Cafe Pasquale's. They do this polenta dish with homemade chorizo and their red chili. They're simmering it all day. It is something special. There is great Spanish food here. Unfortunately, El Farol just went out of business, but there's La Boca, and La Boca has great tapas, and we also found out they have vermouth, so I get a little taste of Spain there. I love me, like I told you earlier, Izaname is great Japanese-style tapas. We had these pork belly tacos. We had that Wagyu beef tasting. That was really, really, really great. They have these lotus root wraps usually in the summertime. It's really great. They also have sushi and so many other things, but love that. Another thing that is such a big deal, not just in Santa Fe, but all in New Mexico, is the green chili cheeseburger. That really is, and you know what? I haven't had one this trip. I'll be back in a month. But yes, I love me a good green chili cheeseburger. There's quite a few places you can get a great one. There is the burger stand at Burrow Alley. That makes a great green chili cheeseburger, and they have all kinds of different sauces, great fries. No liquor, but you can get beer and wine there. There's a place called Del Charro, which is kind of a local watering hole. Great burger. Margaritas are a little on the sweet side for me. But the number one green chili cheeseburger place for me would happen to be at 2nd Street Brewery at the Rail Yard, which is an awesome brewery where they actually specialize in gluten-removed beer, so my wife can have it. Their cream stout is great. Their 2920 IPA is great. And they have something called the Alien Burger, which is a gorgeous third-pound patty topped with a chile relleno, green chili, guacamole, cheese. It's a monster. Crispy onion strips. It is so good. Their tater tots are also excellent. And there are so many places, they do this green chili cheeseburger smackdown every year where every city nominates the best green chili cheeseburger and someone different wins it every time. Loretto Spa has a good one. There's this place called Horno I really want to try. But yeah, green chili cheeseburgers are something really special. But on top of all that, there's great fine dining here. The Compound has this incredible stacked salad, and they're famous for their onion rings. And you know, of course, they have fancy things like braised short rib. Geronimo has this incredible Asian-infused prawn dish, but also great town for steak. The steakhouses here are top-notch, and my favorite is Market Steer Steakhouse. They usually will do their regular menu plus a New Mexico cut, whatever the chef, Kathleen, is thinking of making that day. Sometimes it's a New Mexico Wagyu, and it's really incredible. But just there, and the price point for a steakhouse, not bad. They're 10-ounce flat iron, which turns out 10 ounces is a lot of steak for me these days. It's cooked perfectly, and you do it with a sauce flight. And let me see if I can do this off the top of my head. The sauce flight, if you get all 8 sauces, includes truffle butter, blue cheese truffle butter, a peppercorn demi-glace, a caramelized horseradish, a homemade steak sauce, chimichurri, a onion demi-glace. And béarnaise. Oh, it's so good. It's so special. When we went the other night, the best thing was the chimichurri. And that, of course, is also the place where we get their smoked bone marrow appetizers. So they do a smoked bone marrow over Texas toast with homemade giardiniera. And it is so savory. And especially, you just wipe the toast onto that bone. You get every drop of the marrow. And then you do something called the luge. And the luge is one of my favorite activities in all of Santa Fe, and I always have to get it filmed, and I have a video that I will be posting on my social media in a week or so. I don't start posting vacation photos and videos till I've already come home from the vacation, because otherwise I'll be too distracted and not enjoying everything. So what you do with the luge, and I used to do it with whiskey, but then one of the bartenders told me you can also do it with tequila. So I will pick a tequila. This time I chose Tequila Comos Rosa, which is a reposado. They come up to you. They put a little bib on you so you don't spill over your nice shirt. You hold the bone in your hand. You put it up to your mouth. You tip it up to your lips, and they slowly pour the tequila down the bone, and all that residual fat that's on there gets washed with the tequila, and it is a really fun experience. It is a good time, and they give you whatever liquor you buy at half price for that. So usually that's a good time to go for like the really fancy stuff. I have done a Don Fulano Extra Añejo, the Imperial. That was really good. But I've tried it with añejos, with repos. I haven't tried it with a Blanco yet, but maybe I should. Great food town, Santa Fe. If you ever want to go, they now have a direct flight from LAX to Santa Fe Airport, or it's easy to get to Albuquerque, and then it's an hour away. But I love it here. But I'm going to try all these food cities at some point. Definitely want to get out to New Orleans, Chicago. Got to get out to Philly. Got to get to Baltimore. Got to get out to Westminster. But also, seriously, I got to figure out why Oakland has made this list twice. Got to get up to Oakland this year. I know. We're going to try. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC.